No one in the Spencer family is faithful, including Will. Los Angeles had always known the Spencer name the way it knew the ocean: powerful, unpredictable, impossible to ignore. The Spencer men were charming, wealthy, and magnetic, but beneath the tailored suits and billion-dollar smiles lay a truth whispered in Forrester hallways and Beverly Hills bedrooms alike. No one in the Spencer family was faithful. Not Bill. Not Liam. And now, shockingly, not Will. Bill Spencer Jr. stood at the glass wall of his office at Spencer Publications. The city sprawled beneath him like a kingdom he owned. He loosened his tie, his phone buzzing in his hand. A woman's name lit the screen. Not Katie, not Brooke. He didn't answer immediately. Bill already knew what the message said. Last night was incredible. When can I see you again? Bill exhaled slowly. He told himself this time was different. That he'd learned. That Katie was the woman he truly loved. That he wouldn't destroy another relationship with his recklessness. And yet, he typed back. Bill Spencer had built an empire, but the one thing he'd never managed to construct was loyalty. Down the hall, framed photos told the story of his life. Weddings, children, power plays. Each image hid a betrayal behind it, a lie carefully folded away. Bill told himself it was just how Spencers were built. Liam Spencer did know better. That was the worst part. He stood in the living room of the Cliff House, staring at the engagement ring still sitting on the table. Hope Logan's ring. The woman he swore was his future. And yet his mind kept drifting. To Steffi. It always did. The soft ocean breeze coming through the open doors reminded him of nights spent here with her, moments he swore he'd moved on from. His phone buzzed. Steffi, Kelly's asleep. If you want to talk. I'm here. Liam's chest tightened. Talking. That's how it always started. Innocent. Harmless. Until it wasn't. He picked up the ring, the symbol of his commitment, and slipped it into his pocket. Just to talk, he muttered, already grabbing his keys. Somewhere deep inside, Liam knew this wasn't love. It was habit. A Spencer curse. A cycle he pretended he could break. But knowing the truth didn't stop him. It never had. Will Spencer had grown up watching his father and brother destroy women they claimed to love. He told himself he was different. At 18, Will had the looks, Bill's sharp features, Katie's warmth, and an innocence that made people trust him instantly. The Forrester interns adored him. The models flirted shamelessly. And he soaked it all in, pretending he didn't notice the way eyes followed him through the building. His girlfriend, Ellie Grant, believed in him completely. Ellie wasn't part of the fashion world. She studied journalism, grounded and honest, unimpressed by money or fame. She believed Will was the exception. Promise me, she said one night, curled against him, you won't ever become like them. Will kissed her forehead. I'm not like my dad or Liam, he said sincerely. I swear. And in that moment, he believed it. But temptation has a way of waiting patiently. Her name was Luna Reyes. She arrived at Forrester Creations as a design assistant, brilliant, bold, unapologetic. She had dark eyes that lingered too long and a smile that hinted she already knew your secrets. The first time Luna met Will, she looked at him differently. Not like a fan. Like a challenge. So, she said, leaning against his desk, you're that Spencer. Will laughed nervously. I guess. She smirked. Relax. I'm not impressed by last names. That should have been his warning. Instead, it intrigued him. They started talking. About music. About ambition. About how suffocating expectations could be. Luna listened in a way Ellie never had. Intense, focused, hungry. And slowly, without even realizing it, Will began hiding things. Texts deleted. Conversations minimized. A growing excitement he refused to name. Katie Logan had learned to read Bill Spencer the way sailors read storms. And a storm was coming. Bill came home later than usual, distracted, his phone always face down. When she asked about his day, his answers were vague. You're pulling away, Katie said one evening. Bill sighed. I'm just stressed. Katie crossed her arms. You said that before you cheated on me last time. Silence. That was all the confirmation she needed. Katie didn't scream. She didn't cry. She simply felt tired. I can't do this again, Bill, she said quietly. I won't survive it. Bill looked at her then, really looked, and for a fleeting moment, guilt flickered across his face. But guilt had never stopped him before. Will and Luna stayed late at Forrester one night, working on a last-minute presentation. The building was quiet, the city lights glowing through the windows. You ever wonder, Luna said softly, what it'd be like to stop being the good guy?
Will swallowed.
What do you mean?
She stepped closer. Too close.
You're always trying to be better than your family, she said. But what if that pressure is what's holding you back?
His heart pounded. This is wrong, he said. Luna smiled gently.
Then stop me.
She didn't.
The kiss was brief.
Electric. Dangerous.
And the moment it ended, Will felt the weight of it crash down on him. I have a girlfriend, he whispered.
Luna nodded. So did your father.
So does your brother. The words echoed in his mind long after she walked away.
Ellie found the messages accidentally. Will had left his laptop open. A notification popped up.
Luna, I can't stop thinking about you. Ellie's hands shook as she read through the thread. The flirting. The late-night conversations.
The confession of that kiss.
When Will walked in, her eyes were red. Tell me this isn't what it looks like, she said. Will froze. Ellie, I didn't mean.
She laughed bitterly.
You're just like them.
No, he said desperately.
It didn't go any further. That's not the point, she cried. You lied. You hid it. You became him. Ellie walked out, leaving behind the belief that had once made Will feel different. For the first time, Will understood what his father and brother had done to the women in their lives.
And how easy it was. The truth unraveled quickly.
Katie confronted Bill with proof.
Liam admitted his latest betrayal to Hope.
Ellie refused to answer Will's calls. 3 generations of Spencers stood fractured, exposed. At a tense family dinner, Katie finally said what everyone was thinking. This isn't bad luck, she said. It's who you choose to be. Will looked around the table, at his father, unapologetic, at Liam, ashamed but repeating the pattern, at himself, no longer innocent.
I didn't want to be like you, Will said quietly. Bill met his son's eyes.
None of us ever do.
The words were chilling.
Weeks later, Will stood alone at the beach. Ellie hadn't forgiven him.
Luna had moved on.
For the first time, there was no woman to distract him from the truth.
Being a Spencer wasn't a curse. It was a choice.
And for the first time, Will realize that redemption wouldn't come from promises or apologies, but from doing the one thing no Spencer man had ever truly done.